The city was running out of time. Outside, a civil war was closing in. Inside the airport, thousands of people waited in complete uncertainty. Some carried small bags, others carried children. Many had no idea if they would ever return home. On the runway, pilots were preparing for flights unlike anything aviation had ever seen. By the time the sun set again, history would quietly change, and almost nobody talks about it. May 1991, Ethiopia was collapsing. After years of civil war, rebel forces were advancing towards the capital, Addis Ababa. The government was losing its grip, and everyone knew one thing. Once the fighting reached the city, the airport would close at any moment. For one community, every passing hour made escape less likely. For centuries, the Beta Israel, a Jewish community in Ethiopia, had dreamed of reaching Israel. Now, that dream had become a desperate race against time. But there was one problem. How do you move thousands of people before an entire country falls apart? That answer would become one of the greatest rescue missions in modern history. Its name was Operation Solomon. The plan was breathtakingly ambitious. Dozens of aircrafts would fly into a country on the verge of collapse, load as many people as possible, and leave before the situation spiraled out of control. There was no room for delay. If negotiations failed, if the airport became unsafe, if the fighting arrived too soon, thousands of lives could be trapped. Everything depended on speed. Then, on May 24, 1991, the operation began. Planes landed, passengers boarded, engines roared, and one after another, aircraft lifted into the sky, again and again. For 36 non-stop hours, the rescue never stopped. To fit more passengers, crews removed seats from some aircrafts. Families sat shoulder to shoulder. Children rested in their parents' arms. People brought almost nothing with them. And they weren't carrying possessions, they were carrying hope. Then came a moment almost too incredible to believe. One Boeing 747 took off carrying more than 1,000 passengers, setting a world record that still stands among the most remarkable flights ever made. And as those aircrafts crossed the skies, several babies were born during the journey itself. New lives, beginning in the middle of one of history's greatest rescues. By the end of the operation, more than 14,000 people had been safely evacuated. Just days later, Addis Ababa fell to rebel forces. Had the mission started even a little later, history might have told a very different story. But this isn't just a story about airplanes or records or logistics. It's about what people can accomplish when courage, planning, and urgency come together. Thousands of lives were changed in just a day and a half. Not through conquest, but through rescue. Some stories become famous because they are loud. Others quietly changed the world. This was one of them. Welcome to 3-Minute Thursdays, where the world's most incredible true stories are told like movies, in under 5 minutes. Because history isn't boring, sometimes it's the greatest story ever written. I'll see you next Thursday.